There should be a reason. If you are flogging a child, it's to correct. The Bible said it already. You do not spare
the
the
rod and
rod.
flog the child.
You understand? So it depends on what the child has done. And definitely, if you're flogging a child, it should be at the palm, not on the body.
Yes, I
You
agree with you.
understand? Yes. on the
But they
palm.
do it in public school,
Eh,
even
it's-
till date.
My
It's
father
okay.
never laid his hand on my body. It must be on my
your
palm.
palm.
Especially if you're a female gender. He will
And
tell
your palm
you,
is better.
scouse,
Ah,
scouse.
Why will you beat the child on the bum or the back? The palm is
So,
okay. If the
in
child
that
has
kind of
done something
situation,
wrong,
if-
1, 2, it's okay.
One, just one, two.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
The fear of that thing alone.
We
You
don't
understand?
then go back
You
again.
don't go back again. The fear of that alone.
So would you say that children are the ones parenting their parents? It's
How is
happening.
that even possible?
Okay, let me give you an instance.
Okay.
A Yahoo boy or a person who cannot explain how his money is coming takes money home.
Oh.
And then, in our days, our parents will question the least 20 naira that
What are you
comes
saying?
from your pockets. If you don't have good reasons. In fact, if a boy that you're dating is giving you ice cream, you're hiding it so that your younger sister does not see it, so
see
she
it,
doesn't
and
tell her parents.
You're right.
But I see parents these days, because they are seeing the money, they cannot even correct their child or question the child, the source of their income.
I never laid my hands on my kids.
Like from
I'm
I for
telling
like
you.
be your pikin.
I never laid my hands on that. They are the best. You understand? There are some times.
But there were rules that were strict.
Yes. Let's say from 25 years.
I agree with
You
you.
leave your father's house.
Yes.
So what about all those people that have left their parents' home around 16, 10? They don't enter street, they also.
Like she's
How can a child of 16 live there? He's still a child, Gracie.
it happens. So if
It
you go to the
happens.
creeks,
I left at the age of 16. Yes, I left at the age of
see?
16.
if you go to the creeks, you see a lot of them. 15.
Leave creeks. Job
see.
here in Port Harcourt. I
See?
left at the age of 16.
Were you staying in Port Harcourt here, or you were coming from your place,
I was
your
coming
village?
from my village.
Good. So it's different. Although at that age I wouldn't advise, but it's different. You know, township here, this is Port Harcourt. Everyone wants to come down here,
Okay.
you know, to look for
Greener pasture.
Yeah, greener pastures. So if you're living there and coming to town, it's different. But at 16, what did you tell your parents? That's the
At
very
what age is it allowed for a female or a male to have a boyfriend? As a mother?
that's it. How would you know?
Some
If you're
parents,
close
they
to your
know.
child,
Some
you know.
parents know that, okay,
The
this is
first
my
time I had feelings, I told my
boyfriend's
mom.
boyfriend,
And I was in
my
secondary school.
my daughter's boyfriend.
I told
or
my mom, I'm
son's
like, Mommy, I
boyfriend.
like this boy.
You know, I've never seen, I am asking at what point too, because I've never noticed my daughter. You understand? I'm using them as instances because I've never noticed any such.
How old is your daughter, please?
She's 21, 22.
She's 21. Do you
Yes.
think your daughter at 21, she doesn't have a
Right
boyfriend?
now, perhaps, but during her secondary, university,
So
and all
at what
that.
age is he allowed?
Now
As
it
a
will be
mother,
better if she comes to tell me that she has. I'll be very happy.
Okay, ma, let me just add to what she said. Let me use myself as an instance.
Yeah.
At GS3, I had a feeling
Okay.
for a classmate.
JS3. You don't spoil.
Let me end there.
You'll be
You
surprised,
must, in
eh?
fact,
Okay.
you'll be worried if
They
your
do.
child don't have a feeling.
At JS3.
Yes.
Me, I was studying.
Do you know why?
I was reading
Do you
my
know
books.
why?
Yeah.
I went to a mixed school.
You're a human
You're seeing an opposing sex.
Okay, it's true.
You
I
may
went to- I
like
went to
it.
all boys school.
Now, what did my parents do? Why? Because I am open to my mom. I could tell her anything without feeling like she might castigate me, shut me out, or what have you.
During that 5 years, while he was looking for his, what was the lady doing?
Thank you.
In what sense? She should be
You
giving
went
him
to
his
school.
money.
The guy went to school.
Hold on.
You
She should
served.
be-
The guy
She
went
should be
to
giving him
serve.
his money.
Why will you expect him to give you transportation back?
Sarah.
No, you've been dating this guy, and you know his boss. You know he
And
can't
his reality
afford-
is never coming.
He's
So-
never coming. Yes.
And that is
What about your own
own
reality?
And that is
My
your
reality
own,
is coming.
and that is your own aspect, that because his reality is not coming,
Yeah.
and you don't think it will work.
Yes.
So if that's your own mindset, it's better to leave the man.
Simple.
Okay, your own mindset.
You understand? If
Dr.
that's your
Mrs.
own
Sam, please,
mindset,
That's
but
it.
if you have the hope, if you have the belief that he was going to make it, despite
It's
what you're
different.
saying today,
Yes,
not go
that's
ahead
different.
with
You
it.
can
And if
stand.
you love this guy, for Christ's sake, you shouldn't be even bothered about money or whatever, because it will come.
as a mother, you've been there. Like, you've been in the relationship angle. You've been also out of it, and today
Yeah.
you're a mother.
Yeah.
Grooming people like us, young people like us, right? Now, would you say love and money goes together, or either you love somebody and leave the money aside, or you want to pursue somebody's money and leave love aside?
My dear, leave money.
Just follow love, right?
Yes, because with love, every other thing will come. That's my own ideology, and it has worked.
Our
My
barrister,
ideology is different.
she
It
said,
works together.
love
No,
and
no,
money
no, no.
must go
It
together.
works together.
No. See, we don't look at the money aspect now.
We're not
Money will
projecting it.
come.
I am saying love
It will come.
and money work
See,
together.
As long as you two are strong, your feet, you can work. You
Both
can do
parties, right?
anything. Yes.
We're
it
not
will
even talking
come.
about that. What we are saying is people are saying you love and forget about money. Everything
No,
works.
no,
And I'm
no,
saying no, the two works together.
What?
There is love, there is money. And I gave an instance. You bought a flower and you're watering it. Why are you watering it? Well, you want it to glow, isn't it? Why are you don't want it to wither, you don't want it to fade
See, what I'm
away.
trying to say is
You know-
money shouldn't be the focus.
How many years have you been married, ma?
22.
Wow.
Madam is married 22 years. She dey tell you say,
Yeah, I think.
follow love, leave money. You know they
She
agree.
said
You know
leave
they
money. She
agree.
never said leave money.
See, it's sometimes.
She said,
it's-
leave money. Money will
She
come.
never said, she said it shouldn't be the focus. And that was our argument the last
Shouldn't
time.
be the
You
focus.
said money should be counted out completely. And I was your, listen, I was the opinion that both money and love work hand in hand in the sense that love is there.
Now,
but at
someone
some
that has
point,
been
if you're not
married for
bringing
20
results,
20
hold on,
plus
you're not
years.
bringing result for yes. Why am
How-
I there when
how-
I
how
have
many
other
years?
options?
Is it marriage? Then you were dating.
No, just we're talking about relationship as a
Relationship,
case.
Okay.
So you have a
marriage.
choice whether to stay or to leave.
So another thing is prompting the man. You know, sometimes when you prompt them like this, it makes them lose
Focus.
Mm,
You understand? Prompting him. You have seen that he's struggling.
okay.
And at that point, if you have if you have how we can assist him,
Of course.
would you not assist him?
Of course, why not? Provided you
So
know
that is
that
why-
this person is hardworking.
It's okay.
It's
at this
time.
point I was asking, within this period that this man is struggling, what were you doing? You
You're
understand?
assisting.
Assisting with what? Just cooking for him, man.
What are you saying? Assisting comes in different ways.
What?
Cooking is
What?
not your money
Cooking
you're
with what?
using.
What I'm talking about, the assistance I'm asking, he might have some projects he wants to do, and there is no physical cash.
You can assist.
You will have,
Yes.
and he will give to him, and he starts his business, whatever it is. From there, he will grow. You know, sometimes we go into people to bless them. Some people come into us to bless us.
Yes.
You understand? It's
I agree
vice
with
versa.
you.
So a woman going to a man and is expectant of he will do things for me. If he doesn't do, I'll leave him and all that. It doesn't work for me. I don't see it that way. Except you're going into a man that has already. You understand? That has already a hand. But that he doesn't have, you don't have, and you're not seeing any future.
Mm-hmm.
That is where you say, I say, okay, if you can't stay,
You work out.
You don't want to stay, you work out. But that should not be, the money should not be the reason why you're leaving.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to yet another exciting episode of the biggest podcast show in the city of Port Harcourt. And as you can see now, you see the smile on my face just because of the love you share, the gift, the comment, the controversies online. I want to say thank you all. Thank you so much. All right, so without wasting much time, may I dive into introducing our headline sponsors and our associate sponsors. Number one on the list, as you all know, we have the Belema Oil Producing Limited, a truly Niger Delta indigenous world-class energy company within Niger Delta. You know, a lot of all these oil companies come into this Niger Delta, suck our oils for free without emphasizing on their corporate social responsibility. And of course, Belema Oil is our favorite sponsor on this show. We want to say thank you to Belema Oil. Moving forward, we also have another oil company that has dedicated in empowering Nigeria Delta youth, no other than the MLJ Marine Oil and Gas. We want to say thank you so much for empowering Nigeria Delta youth. And also on this show, they are our favorite sponsors. All right, so for our associate sponsors, we have Turkey Pasta. You know, those of our friends that are following us from the onset of this show, you can bear with us that we've always introduced the number one online food servicing company in Rivers State here, and also in Port Harcourt, PHCT right here. They are very good. They have good pasta food, and also a very big turkey chicken. So as the name implies, turkey pasta. Make sure you order your food from them as displayed on your screen. Just call the number and drop a order. Moving forward, we have bread. You know, those of our bread lovers, early morning breakfast. Don't forget, we have number one bread. All these people we are introducing to you, they are number one. Nothing like number two. Number one, number one, number one. We have the classic cream bread. One of the best bread in the city of Port Harcourt and also nationwide right here in Nigeria. All right. All of these sponsors and associate sponsors, we want to say thank you so much. Without wasting much time, we are introduced to you my co-host, the delectable, I mean, I don't my English show, I don't go Mrs. Oh, okay, so it's supposed to be barrister, Mrs. Girly, Prince Will.
I'm okay. It's always a pleasure. Looking forward to Wednesdays.
I swear, 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Always there waiting for us.
Yeah.
To bring the show back to back to back. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very important topic, a topic that would never and can never ever be overemphasized. Today we're talking about parental guidance. All right, so on this topic, we've brought a mother, a caregiver, someone that is outstanding in the woman nature. All right, so we have Dr. Mrs. Susan Wami Kevin.
Welcome,
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
How's been your day? Hope we did not stress you out.
No, not really. My day has been great. It's nice being here.
All right, so as a mother, you're looking for us.
Mommy, yo.
I swear. Well, this one is mommy. We just celebrated Father's Day, so I wish it was Mother's Day would have bought
something.
But enough goodies for you. So maybe next Mother's Day we'll give us.
Nice.
What are we going to give to our mommy?
Don't shout it.
Very great.
All right, you're welcome, ma. First of all,
Thank you very much.
like I've earlier introduced to you, our topic for today's conversation is parental guidance. When you hear the word, or when we youth hear parental guidance, what comes to everyone's mind as a mother?
What comes to your mind?
I'm asking you, what comes to your mind? What should be entering my mind?
It should be the advices, the support, the directions a parent can provide for her child in order to make good decisions and navigate life.
Okay. All right. So in an instance where one is maybe the male or the female is not the biological father of the son or the daughter, how do we classify such situation?
Like you say, if the child, boy or girl, is not the biological father of
the man or the woman, and he is the one guiding
in a marriage.
Yeah.
Most guidance, it has to do with instinct. Yes, and everybody has it, what is instilled in us while we're growing up by our parents. So whatever is instilled in us, you can transfer to whoever, whether it's your child, your ward, or whoever that is staying with you. So you can transfer that and instill them on them, definitely. So parental guidance is nurture. Ordinarily, you will want to be nurtured. And if you have your child, someone that is staying with you that is not even your child, you will want to nurture the child. You understand? You will want to direct the child. You want to advise the child. You want the child. For example, as an adult, you must have gone through a lot of things that you've made mistakes, you've failed in certain aspects, and if you have someone that is living with you, you want to advise the person in order to prevent the person from making such mistakes that you've made.
Okay, you said that parental guidance is nurturing. You said a lot of things about parental guidance. Fast forward to our modern days practice of parenting. Would you say that parents have currently in recent times failed in their duties as guardians or caregivers to their children or their of course persons under their care? For instance, I was made to understand that in the days of our parents, parenting was more strict. And you see that people coming out during that time, I'm not saying they are not bad eggs, but it's reduced. It's to a certain minimum. Compared to our modern days parenting, where a
Parenting,
child is
yeah.
always on the screen of a TV, of our phone rather. In our modern day practice, I feel like the days of my parents or our parents were better off, considering the fact that these days parents, rather than, from my observation, it's we can counter it, but from my observation, parents are more interested in creating content out there in the world or out there in the televisions to make money, rather than imbibing proper practice, proper nurture, proper rules that will nurture or structure the life of a child. What's your take on that?
Well, you're very correct on that. You wouldn't say all. There are few of them. You know, what do you expect when you have just maids taking care of your kids? You know, you go out in the morning, your husband is out, you are out for your job, and then the maids, perhaps you drop the children in school in the morning, perhaps then the maids go back to pick them up in the
Yes,
afternoon,
yes.
and they come back, they'll be with them until you come. And by the time you're back home,
You're exhausted.
you're exhausted. You don't even know how far the kids have gone.
Yeah.
Their homework, you don't know what's going on. You don't know if they've eaten. They are all at the mercy of your housemaid. In such situations, that is where you see poor parenting. That's where you see poor parenting. So I think if parents will put more attention on the guardian of their own children by themselves,
Yes.
a lot of things will be settled.
Right. Get back.
A lot of things will be settled.
Let me add. You know, when you were talking, something struck my memory, and it's, you know, in those days when you do something bad, we're being taught, or we grew up from a home where your parents will beat you up, beat you. Sometimes not really beating you, just looking at you in the eyes, like. But for today's generation, if you beat a child even in school,
I totally agree with you, because
even in school,
I remember.
and of course, times have changed, no doubt.
Yes.
But do you feel like that old parenting where when a child does something wrong, you just beat him, it's still in vogue?
Some parents do that, and I think in guidance we call that behavioral reinforcement.
Okay.
If a child has done anything wrong, you either punish or you correct them by love. You understand?
In today's world,
There are some parents that can adjust with that.
it still work.
Yes, it will. It will. It will. It will. Because I never laid my hands on my kids.
Like from
I'm
I
telling
like
you.
your bikini.
I never laid my hands on that. They are the best. You understand? There are some times.
But there were rules that were strict.
Yes.
Like
You
what
can't
and
take
what,
that
please?
away.
Yeah, like what
You can't
and
take that away. You can't take that away. At least they will know that this is bad. Sometimes, if my kids do things like that, I wonder. I would say if I could use that rule, but I found that it didn't work. I can't starve my child. Not that it's bad. It's a lesson. I can't starve. I will have to tell you what you did was wrong and don't do it again. And truthfully, it won't happen again. You understand?
Okay,
It won't happen again.
Ma, can I just say something? I feel like I understand how you practice when it comes to parental guidance, but to an extent, with our new generation children, Gen Z baddies as they call themselves, I feel like the old days of discipline would work better. Let me give an instance of myself.
Okay.
When I want to make certain decisions that I know that will not be okay with my parents, and I remember that if I go back that house, waiting they wait for me
Yeah.
is beyond what my eyes can tell or my imagination can even consume. You get? So it makes me to restrain from those actions. I call it checkmate. It means like a check for me. But these days that, okay, because a child is naughty, you put him at the naughty corner for 5 minutes and you tell him, come out of the naughty corner. And he's back to looking at his day. What is naughty corner? Me, I go like that kind of naughty corner. I will always go to the naughty corner. Knowing that after that, I would go back to my life. No, because these days it's more like the children are parenting the parents.
Sometimes I also feel being extremely
Strict, okay?
it's a problem for them.
Okay.
You understand? Sometimes you want to know how you want to talk to them. You want to check how you talk to them. Because you see, these days parents and children, I don't understand though. little thing triggers them. Before you know, they will want to suicidal depression
Yes,
and all
depression.
that. So that is why we have to be very careful how we handle them.
How did we come to that point that
dear.
little discipline will make a young
dear.
child
A 12 years old person is telling you he's depressed.
depressed? A
10
10
years
years old
old.
child, I feel depressed. My mom is not understanding me, all those things. And I'm like, this discipline have been there. And never suicide became a thing for young children, for people below the age of 23, 30. Small discipline of a 10 years old child. She's telling you she wants to kill herself. How did we get to that point?
Very terrible.
So, let me ask you a question. You've never laid your hands on your children before, and as you say, they are successful, they are nice, they're well, outside, they have good composure and all the rest. Now, have you had a scenario where maybe in school they were beaten in school before?
No.
Maybe because they went to private school. Yeah, do you understand?
Yeah.
So, okay, how would you explain such situation where a child is going to a government school and then one reason or the other, of course, he must have done something wrong, because the majority of teachers won't just come and start beating your child
Without a reason.
Yes.
So how would you explain such
There should be a reason. If you are flogging a child, it's to correct. The Bible said it already. You do not spare
the word and
rod.
flog the child.
You understand? So it depends on what the child has done. And definitely, if you're flogging a child, it should be at the palm, not on the body.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes. on the
But they
palm.
do it in public school, even
Yes.
till date.
My
It's
father
okay.
never laid his hand on my body. It must be on my
On your
palm.
palm.
Especially if you're a female gender. He will
Your
tell
palm
you,
is better.
scouse.
Why will you beat a child on the bum or the back? The palm is
So,
okay if the
in
child
that
has
kind of
done something
situation,
wrong.
if-
1, 2. It's okay.
One, two.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
The fear of that thing alone.
We
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
make them go back
You
again.
don't go back again. The fear of that alone.
So
Yeah.
would you say that in these days, in our modern days, children children are the ones parenting their parents? It's
How is that
happening.
even possible?
Okay, let me give you an instance.
Okay.
A Yahoo boy or a person who cannot explain how his money is coming
Mm.
takes money home.
Oh.
And then, in our days, our parents will question the least 20 naira that
What are you
comes
saying?
from your pockets if you don't have good reasons. In fact, if a boy that you're dating is giving you ice cream, you're hiding it so that your younger sister does not see it, so
see
she
it,
doesn't
actually.
tell her parents.
You're right.
But I see parents these days, because they are seeing the money, they cannot even correct their child or question their child, the source of their income. Would you agree with me that that's what is in these days?
It's true. Very true. A lot has to do with foundation.
Okay.
Has to do with foundation. Because if the child does not have good parenting, don't come home with what is not yours. You understand?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
would the child go home with such money and the parent will take it back from him? It's like my son coming now, he's not working.
And he's
I just
giving you
say, "Mommy,
300,000.
I bought this for you. Where did you get the money from, young man? You know? Should be asked.
No. Putting that on the line, at what age is it advised for a son or for your daughter to leave the house? A daughter, I'm not necessarily bacon on the daughter thing, but like for the son to leave the house, because the Bible says you should leave your mother and your
Your
father.
father. When they said you should
But
leave your mother and your father, it's when you're getting married.
Yes,
That's when
it
they
starts
say.
to a couple.
Okay.
Not
So
that you're on your own.
a man should stay until when he wants to get married. He should leave his father's house.
It
He will till the
depends.
ground, definitely.
It depends. If you're leaving the house, perhaps you got a job and not within the locality
Where you stay.
where you stay. You can say you're going to work. Maybe you're in River State. You got a job in Lagos. You're on your own. But if you got a job in Port Harcourt and you want to leave the house, so where? They have to see.
Closer to his place.
but-
I can be
yeah,
staying
yeah,
as
no,
far
no.
as town,
Wait,
and
see,
my job
I
is
would-
at SAS Road.
Nah.
And my salary, by the time I calculate it, moving closer will make me save more.
So now, moving closer, you're not paying rent.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's a fair
You
one.
feed yourself. You're paying rent.
But if
You're
it's making me
feeding.
run late due to traffic,
No, you have to adjust yourself.
Okay, so
If your job
yeah.
is by 8 o'clock, by 6 you should be out of the house.
okay.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of Rivers' top richest men in Rivers State, and he said something, and he said that one thing that is wrong with Nigeria, I'm going to deviate a little bit,
Yeah.
especially River State, is because a lot of these people depend on Abuja. They go and they get food from Abuja. They go and they get food from Abuja. They till to the soil, walk, take it to Abuja, and then allow Abuja to give them what is meant for them, as decided by the Abuja people.
Whereas
Okay.
they had this theirs.
Yes, you're all right. So whereas it's theirs. Now, he was saying that these are the things that is making some of our governors or some of our leaders, political leaders, lazy. Now, let me come back to our conversation right
Okay.
now. His son is over 18 years. Let me use the word 18 because by law, 18 is the official, right?
Yes.
Our barrister.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So he leaves the house and he comes back, sees food, he eats. He works a work of, let's say, maybe 500K, which is like, it's okay for a monthly salary in today's generation, 500K. Now, with 500K, he's only allowed, or his responsibility is just to spend 500K for himself. He doesn't pay rent. He
Okay.
doesn't feed himself.
Okay.
500K is more than enough, perhaps for gadget or for books or for something. Now, a scenario where he gets married, right? And obviously your dad is not going to be there to be paying your rent every time.
Yeah.
Maybe your dad might have 1 or 2 houses, but you yourself, you need to start building your own.
Yours, yeah.
How would he or she live that kind of a life where for years, for like 20, 25 years, he has been living with the fact that my parents' food, my parents' house, like my parents' shelter?
You know, it depends on the individual. There are some of them, from 18, they're even thinking on getting their own independence, you know, thinking about themselves. They're not even bothered about what their father has. You understand? So it has to do with, that's where laziness, like the laziness it talks, comes about, you know.
But do you think the best solution for it is to leave the house? Because most times when you leave house and then,
You
I know there's disadvantage
you
to
hustle,
it too. Do
yeah,
you understand? I know
yeah.
that maybe disadvantage, you understand. Fine, the person, we've seen a lot of all these young people who grew up from a very good home, very smart, especially the ladies, very small. Then they come outside and be like, and then you will be like, no, be you with your papa. You need to behave like your papa. You need to behave like your mama. How come? What happened? You're from a very good home. You're from a Christian home. Let me use the word Christian home and all the rest. Now, do you feel like, first of all, the best for it is to leave your father's house or to stay within your father's house?
The thing is, some of them stay there and they forget themselves.
So which is the best, to leave or to stay?
I wouldn't say which is the best. I think it should depend on the scenario.
Okay.
Yes, I think it should depend on the scenario. It depends on what you want. You understand? Sometimes the father might not even allow him stay in the main house. He might decide to
Give him a
get
boys'
another,
quarter.
he build another place for the child to be independent on his own. So while he's there, he will think about his life. Think about how it will go on. He would think about how he...
But you're still feeding him. You're still giving him like 500K monthly free.
That's not too good. I want to say it's too good. At what point will he start taking care of himself?
Stand on his
That's
own.
the question me I'm asking. Me, I want to
Especially
know.
when a child,
Especially for the wealthy people. That's what me
it's
I
a
want
child
to
that
know.
has a provider mentality,
Yeah.
especially a male figure. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to stereotype it to gender,
Gender,
but
yeah.
let me just give an instance. The male figure that has a provider mentality would not want to be, in my
Yes.
understanding, within the environs
Yeah.
of his family.
Yeah.
Why? Like you say, limitation, knowing that coming back, he'll be fed. There is light.
Yeah, exactly.
My husband used to say something, if you want be man, rent house, start to pay bills. You go no say life no easy.
That's true.
So if he's a man that has a provider mentality, at 18 years, I feel, at 18 years, you can start your hustle, legit hustle.
Yes.
And then at 23, 24, you can rent an apartment, provided you can account and explain how you get that money. And within the listening of the elders or people that are educated, and I feel like your source of money can actually help you gather these resources you're having.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
You
Dr.
can't.
Mrs.
You cannot be
I
working in a
want-
place where they are paying you 50K and you're renting an apartment of 200,000.
100,000.
It is not explainable. Go back to your parents' house.
Yeah, Dr.
That's
Mrs.
true,
Susan,
that's
I want you to give us the step-by-step process of becoming a man. First of all, from the age 1 to 10, I think every man has the vibrant age, the weak zone, and the tired zone, something like that. I can't really figure out what exactly it is.
Vibrant age?
We have vibrant age, the weak age, and the tired something like so. Like, let's see from age 1 to 10, from 10 to 20, from at what age is a man expected to leave his home, and how should it be done?
Now, at 16, they should be in university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the course. Definitely at 21. Depends on the course. Maybe it's a lawyer. 21, you should be out of school. 1 year NYSC. 1 year law school. After then, you get a job. Perhaps you can be working for like 3 years.
How old is he now? That's like
That's like 22.
22,
23,
no,
22.
23.
23 plus 3 years.
22.
Okay, that's 3 years, 23. Yeah, okay.
That's 23. That's just 23 years old. Let's say from 25 years.
I agree with you.
You
Ma.
leave your father's house.
Yes.
So what about all those people that have left their parents' home around 16, 10? They don't enter street, they also.
Like she's agree with the doc here. It depends on the
So
scenario
in
because
that kind of instance, what would you advise to that child? What would your advice be to that child?
Advice?
Yeah, leaving your home by 16. At what age? From this age, you're supposed to do this. From this age, you're supposed to do this. You've already left your home at 16 or at
because it's
10.
believed that 16 should be in university. Why are you
say
leaving home?
when you say living at home, we are going to ask about the parents. Are their parents aware that they're
Right.
leaving their home by 16?
Maybe for one reason or the other.
How can a child of 16 live there? He's still a child, Gracie.
It happens. So if
It
you go to the
happens.
creeks,
I left at the age of 16. Yes, I left at the age
You
of
see?
16.
if you go to the creeks, you see a lot of them. 15.
Leave creeks.
Okay,
Job
see.
here in Port Harcourt.
You
I
see?
left at the age of 16.
See?
Were you staying in Port Harcourt here, or you were coming from your place,
I was
your
coming
village?
from my village.
Good. So it's different. Although at that age I wouldn't advise, but it's different. You know, township here, this is Port Harcourt. Everyone wants to come down here,
Oh, okay.
you know, to look for
Greener
you know,
pasture.
Yeah, greener pastures. So if you're living there and coming to town, it's different. But at 16, what did you tell your parents?
Answer that.
Maybe they allowed you to even leave.
The question is direct.
They will allow you to even leave.
Parents, you told them you were going to stay with someone, or what?
Okay, initially the plan is, or it is, I was staying with someone. But at the
Okay.
end of the day, the person now said, "Oh, you can't stay with me anymore." One reason or the other, I had to
okay.
look for a way,
Those
not going back to the village.
Those are circumstances, yeah, that
Okay,
you can't
circumstance.
control. Yeah,
Okay.
those are circumstances that you can't control, because you must have checked in the village, nothing is there for you, and there is nowhere, and you think you can make it here. So
I think that's the
those are
provider
circumstances.
mentality.
Yes. Those are
That's the
circumstances
provider mentality.
beyond your control.
Yes.
And you have to adjust to
Okay,
it.
but let me ask, at what age? Because, like I said from the beginning, children are exposed to social media. In our time, let me use myself as an instance. I know most parents will not be able to abide to that rules, and they not use phone, gadgets, till I was done with secondary school. Not even touch light. It was a rule in my home, and you dare not. And the day, confession, I took a phone from a friend just to call another friend that went for an NDA. It's really far, you know, NDA, now they don't have access to reaching them, and he was a very close friend. I wanted to speak to him, and my mom caught me because you know they do. I don't feel can't hide them in a way she don't go catch me. My mom started beating me with my 9th wear from the house. Oh God!
How old were you then?
I was about 6. I was 15.
Okay.
I was 15, 14, 15. She started beating me. Now, she's not beating me because I took a phone. She's beating me because of the mind I had. Knowing that rules is not there to carry a phone. 2, I now went to a neighbor to call and collect phone from a
from
neighbor.
them
You
to
live in
call
a closed
someone.
gate. How did you step out to go to somebody on the street to ask for a phone, even though he's your friend? My dear, I never went back to that act after receiving that king. Now, what I'm saying is, with that rules, for me, it helped me. And I feel like it's something I want to teach my children. Because exposing them to social media makes them grow faster than their age. I don't know if you agree with me, ma.
You know, there are even positivity inside the social media.
There
So
is. But for a child, what do they know?
The big
Even if
question
you're
is,
guiding
at what
them.
age? That's the big question, right?
At what age? Yeah.
That's the question. At what age, yes.
If a child is in, say, secondary school, from what I say secondary school, because there are some certain things is better the child hears or learns it from the parent than going outside to hear it from their peers. to be disastrous. You understand? So certain things, you are supposed to guide them to it. So they must have been in schools that their friends have phones, but it's your duty to tell them, you don't need that now.
Okay.
Perhaps when you're in SS1, I'll get you a phone. But right now, that's not what you need. Or some of them, you can tell them after your SS3, after your secondary school, you can get them a phone. But definitely a child that is going to be in university,
She needs a phone.
she needs a phone.
Mm.
You understand? And these other ones too that stay in boarding houses, you know, stay in boarding houses, they will need phones to communicate with their parents, you know. But then there are these boarding houses, like the boarding houses my kids went to, they don't have parents. So during visiting hours or on Saturdays when the kids will speak with their parents, it's through their admin.
Guidance.
Yes, house admins that they speak with. So there is no phone. So it's better. So when they get home too, at least you have to be able to check on them.
How do you not control? Because you said at secondary school, a child can be given a phone. Considering the fact that you can be on Facebook
My
and
dear.
porn is just popping up.
My dear.
It happens.
My
You are not
dear.
following these people. Porn
It's
will be
terrible,
up.
oh, my
You can be
dear.
there and you're seeing different kind of things that a child should not be exposed to,
My
even at
dear.
secondary school. How do parents control it? Because that's part of parental guidance.
It's really terrible. You know, if you say you know what your child is doing with their phone, you can't be in your room and know what's happening in
True.
their room. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. So when you say control, I would say this is terrible. For example, if you have Wi-Fi at home,
Okay.
Okay.
yes, there should be a certain time, maybe from 10 o'clock it's turned off. That way they can't go back to the internet.
What if it's a phone that has a SIM? You know, children are curious.
So where are you
Those
going
sub-
to get money to load
That's
your-
what children are made.
Your
They
friends
can do
give to them.
anything to get.
Alpha, sub me now.
Yes.
Alpha, like, oh God.
They
Alpha,
might
sub
even
me.
have a SIM because I'm sure there is a phone that there is a SIM card that connects the whole
My
house.
God, it's terrible.
Sometimes the parents are out, they'll go and collect the SIM. Like you say, oh, send me card now, send me card. I want to come online. They have this group chat. From group chat, they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're on X.
So that's where I say a lot of young ones, they use the internet for wrong reasons. You know, they use it for wrong reasons. I don't know, this jet age, that is a very big problem.
Big problem.
It's a very
So
big problem.
do you support nanny taking care of children? Having the fact that, you know, we have most of this generation parents, they're busy. And of course, truly they're busy.
With the
Truly,
economy,
they
we
are
need to make
busy.
ends meet.
Yes, you understand. Mommy is out, dad is out, and then, oh, you employ somebody
Yeah.
to come take care of your children. And of course, these children are being parented by other people. All right. So I think at the age of from 10 to what you're seeing your picking stage, you pick characters, and sometimes the
From
pick
10 to
is-
15.
From 10 to 15, you're picking
Yeah.
picking stage. Yeah, you still pick characters. Now, do you support that kind of parenting?
I wouldn't say it's a parent. There are some people, there is nothing they can do about it. You understand? If you have a business, definitely you say you want to support your husband. Your husband goes to work. You two will go for your own business. And then you get your maid. There should be help. It's not wrong having him help. But then how do you manage this? You know? How do you manage these things? When your kids are back from school, do you know how they cook before you come back? Maybe in the night or in the evening. It's really terrible. I don't even know how a lot of parents do it. You know, I don't know. So that's why sometimes it's also good for you to have a parent. While you're in your that age of nurturing,
Okay.
it's good you have your own business. And even if you're working, you work jobs that can give you time, like civil service jobs,
Yeah.
that you have time when you close, you know,
Spend
you go
with your
back home and
family.
take care. It's very vital that the parents, especially the mothers, they take care of their children. It's very, very vital. It's very, very important that they take care of their children. You know, at some point, my son, sorry for that, I'm saying my son all the time, because I like using him as an example. You know, my daughter is very observant, but he's not. You know, so most times I communicate with him more, and that's another thing. We need to be communicating.
Observe and know the kind
yes,
of children you have.
communicate with our children. You know, communicate with him a lot. I remember when he was small. That was when he was 5. You know, as they were growing from 3, I taught them how to take care of, clean up after the toilet using the loo and all that, how to wash themselves and all that. So at 5, there was this girl that was staying with us, this maid. One of these days, after bathing her, he told me, "Mommy, I don't want that girl to bathe me again." I said, "Don't." I didn't argue.
That's a very
I
good
said,
one.
"Don't." Why did I say don't? Because I've taught him already how to be able to
Help himself.
bathe himself, you understand? And if he's doing that, I'll be around. And I didn't bother to argue with him. Because later I asked, why?
Oh, later you now asked.
Yes,
why?
it was later I asked him, why? When I've accepted, later I now called him. I said, why? He said, no, I don't want her to bathe me anymore. I told her, don't touch him again. You understand? So you have to prepare them to that age where they can be able to take
speak
care
up.
of themselves, speak up and all that. So
Now, see,
that,
let me
yeah.
remind you about a scenario where, you know, most children grew up in a place where they were being taught to be an introvert. And a lot comes into being an introvert. I think there is more of disadvantage to it because our parents have this mindset that if you go outside,
Be
will be hot,
influenced.
will be influenced, there's danger outside. You know, now, a child that grew up from a home where they have this enclosed lifestyle, what is his fate outside?
Okay. I wouldn't advise any parent to be
Enclose
holding
your
their
child.
children. No. You give them time once in a while to go out and mingle. You
On their
understand?
own.
Yes.
Definitely
They have
it
friends.
depends on their age.
They
though.
have friends.
Okay.
Yes, depending on their age too, as you're saying.
At what age, please?
14, 13, 15. If he wants to
Yes.
go and visit,
Teenagers.
you know where. Yes, you know where he's
Teenagers.
going
That's
to.
the
At
very-
what age is it allowed for a female or a male to have a boyfriend as a mother?
That's it. How would you know?
Some
If you're
parents,
close
they
to your
know.
child,
Some
you know.
parents know that, okay,
The
this is
first
my
time I had feelings, I told my
boyfriend's
mom.
boyfriend,
And I was in
my-
secondary
my-
school.
My daughter's boyfriend.
I told
or
my mom, I'm
son's
like, Mommy, I
boyfriend.
like this boy.
You know, I've never seen, I am asking at what point too, because I've never noticed my daughter. You understand? I'm using them as instances because I've never noticed any such.
How old is your daughter, please?
She's 21, 22.
She's 21. Do you
Yes.
think your daughter at 21, she doesn't have a
Right
boyfriend?
now, perhaps, but during her secondary, university,
So
and
at
all
what
that.
age is he allowed?
Now
As
it
a
will be
mother,
better if she comes to tell me that she has. I'll be very happy.
Okay, ma, let me just
You
add to what she said. Let me use myself as an instance.
Yeah.
At GS3, I had a feeling
Okay.
for a
JS3.
classmate.
You don't spoil you.
Let me end there.
be
You
surprised,
must, in
eh?
fact,
Okay.
you'll be worried if
They
your
do.
child don't have a feeling.
Yes.
At
They
JS3.
Yes.
Me, I was studying.
Do you know why?
I was reading
Do you
my
know
book.
why?
Yeah.
I went to a mixed school.
You're a
You're
human
seeing
being.
an opposite sex.
Okay, it's true.
You
I
may
went
like
to
it.
all boys school.
Now, what did my parents do? Why? Because I am open to my mom. I could tell her anything without feeling like she might castigate me, shut me out, or what have you.
Ah, you
Now,
told
I
her?
told her, yes, I told her, oh, mommy, I mean, I like this.
GS3.
Yes, I'm telling you the truth. Let me finish. Let me land. I told her I like this boy.
Hey, good.
I can mention his name. She said, what's his name? I said, his
don't
name is
mention
this.
Yeah.
She was like, okay, sit down, let's talk.
How old were you?
I was at JS3, I was about 15. No, I was 14. I told her, she sat me down. She said, yes, it's okay to have a feeling. But this is it. You don't need this now. You don't need that now. She didn't bring down my feelings.
No,
She told me how I could control myself without having any relationship with this person. She told me, do I want to date him at this age? Do I know what it takes to date? I said, no, but this is how I feel when I'm around this
But
boy.
did she beat you down?
She did not beat me. If you beat me, you've chased me away.
the guts, the audacity for her to go and tell her mom that she's not.
That's how
is
close
what I'm
we are.
trying to say.
When I even had finally started dating after I was done with university,
At what age,
she
please?
knew. I started dating when I was 19.
Officially, what about the unofficial one?
Because I never dated when I was in secondary school. It was a principle
one,
like they said, every child should have a discipline for himself. I had that principle that I was not going to date anybody till outside school.
Answer this question. At what age is, let me start with the male child allowed to have a boyfriend? I mean,
a girlfriend.
Girlfriend, rather, yeah.
From 18.
You started having feelings, guy.
Yeah. From 18, yeah.
You just control the kind of relationship
you see
the
why I
person
say
is having.
communication is key. Sometimes she doesn't even need to tell her mom about this thing. But if the mom keeps communicating with her before then, telling her why it's necessary not to have, why you shouldn't have a boyfriend at certain age, she wouldn't even go.
I think that was what prompted me to, because she told me all of that.
And you
No, I didn't have anything to
That's
do
why
with
they need to
him.
flog
No,
you.
get me. You people are getting me wrong. I had the feeling I didn't date him. There are two different things.
So what was
How
on
did
your
you
mind?
feel? Yeah, how did you feel?
Okay,
How was it
I'm
doing you,
always
like, somebody was
excited.
treating
Hold
you?
on, I'm always excited when I'm around this boy.
Okay.
That's one. Two, there was a time he was sick.
You won't die.
No, I wasn't trying to die. Stop putting words in my
Okay,
mouth.
Sorry.
He was scared. I went to a military school.
Okay.
And then, before you go to the sick bay, it's more like turns. You take food to the sick bay. And that day, just to go and tell him, sorry, get well soon. I was eager. I had to beg my friend, you're the one that's supposed to go today. Let me take this turn so I can see this person. And when I went to the hospital, hope you're okay. And I felt at peace. I said, this feeling is not normal. Are you getting? So what did I do? I waited when he was visiting. My mom came and I told her, mommy, because she had already told me when I first went to all girls school, she told me things I would say, lesbians, these are just what she told me, things are my face. So I already knew that these are things I shouldn't do. And she told me the day you like a person.
Was too strong.
Yes,
okay,
she told me the day you felt, the day you like a person, tell me so I can guide you.
Oh, okay.
And immediately I had that feeling that wasn't normal.
It was too soon.
It wasn't too soon for her. It wasn't. JS3, it wasn't. My mates were dating at JS3. It wasn't. But she was able to tell me.
If not.
She was able to tell me, don't do this, don't do that. And how did I overcome that? She said it's best to make the person your friend, but at arm's length.
Wow.
And that was what arm's length means. Don't be too close because you feel this way.
JS3.
Yes, at JS3.
Okay, Dr. Mrs. Susan, please. I want to know for a female child, she said JS3, right? How old were you again?
About 15.
Now, because
I think I finished when I was 17.
For the male child, you said 18. Now, for the female child, because I think it's different. It won't be the same.
Why?
I don't know. I
think so too. It should be different.
At what age?
I don't think so. That 18 is ideal.
Now, intimate relationship at what age?
Intimate, you have to be full blown, grown fully.
Do you even? How would I say? Let me not say something.
No, but you need to tell us now because
intimacy
is the problem. Because we are having pregnancies
when they are supposed to date.
Yes.
Now, if they are dating at 18, do you know what they will do after that?
You can have platonic relations. You can date him without having sex.
Oh.
It happens.
In today's world.
It's possible.
Very, very possible.
It's possible.
It's very possible, but is it what is obtainable now?
I feel like they're still there.
See what is obtainable now? It's very possible.
So you feel at 18, your daughter should have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
I mean,
a boyfriend.
A boyfriend. Tell me about him.
No, now, your daughter is 21 now.
Like she said she could, but she didn't say she wouldn't. She said she could.
She's an adult.
She's an adult, full grown.
She's an adult.
I'm sure she's a graduate already.
She is.
And so, but now she has her mother's full support. She could tell her, this is that. I'm in a relationship. Go marry now.
Now, for those of us that grew up in a home where if you have a girlfriend, they flog you. They beat the hell out of you.
Why would they beat you?
What is the? I want you to advise our parents. Tell my mother, tell my father something now. That's beating me that time. You know,
what was wrong?
But it
was.
Did he not?
I don't know.
Answer now.
Yeah, of course.
You.
To be very.
It will control you.
It shaped you. You understand?
It will control you.
It will shape you. At least when you want to do some certain
you hold
things,
back.
you remember those things and you go back. You know, to being the better person that they want you to be. So there are different types of discipline, different types of way you
handle your children.
Kids, different types of way. For example, if your kid, there are some parents, if their kids breaks anything, they will wipe the hell out of the child.
No, that's unnecessary.
A lot of them now, they will scold, they will wipe and all that. It's not necessary. You
It's
understand?
not necessary.
For the guy, like we said, remember we said from
23, 25 rather. 24,
yes,
25.
24, 25, yeah. When you're on your own, when you can stand, you finish school.
Then for the
and all that.
ladies,
For the ladies, they are much, you can't take them up. From that 23, yeah?
you can bring a man home.
Yes. That if you have
Okay.
a boyfriend already, you can, tell me you have this. You
Okay,
want
now,
someone to come and
me, I'm
say
a
you
man.
and all that,
I
yeah?
want to ask as per my opposite gender, all right? Now, if your daughter is supposed to choose a boyfriend outside, before choosing the boyfriend, she must have had some
Type of person she
yes,
wants. She
spec or
has
something,
this
yes, spec
picture
or
of
something,
who she
picture or
wants,
something.
yeah.
Now, as a mother, what would you recommend? Now, last week we had a topic, and then during the conversation we were asking a young girl like us, how much is the guy supposed to have in his account? At what level? Or do you want your boyfriend to get to before you start? Something that kind of a question. Now, what would you recommend for your daughter? Knowing
My
fully well
dear.
that you've been there and you've been also out of there.
Yeah. Money shouldn't be an issue.
Why?
You have to see, you have to be able to see the prospects.
Okay, madam, thank you for this talk.
You have to see the prospects.
Nobody
Thank
said
you.
prospects will not be. Allah. You don't.
She said money shouldn't be the issue,
She's
right?
getting there. She's not
Okay,
saying money
okay.
is not a factor. She said it shouldn't be a prospect.
So
Get
if now, for example, you're dating someone in school
In school, okay?
and he doesn't have money,
It's not a problem.
it's not a problem.
It's in school now.
No, outside school and you people, your relationship takes you outside school. Will you say
Okay.
because he doesn't have money and you're going to leave him and look for someone that has money?
You see?
No.
So
But
that's
he's like
so
you said,
you're
prospect.
building-
You should be able to do things that will.
very well. When you're dating that person, you will see that this person is not a lazy person.
Okay, so would you say
He's
now?
a go-getter.
Let me ask you a question.
He's a go-getter with results.
Okay.
Of course.
In
You're
a
dating
situation,
him,
he's not.
But he's
He's
going to
not
school.
in a situation. He's not. He's more of. They call it the lame way. It's called bobo juice in the sense that he has a lot of
Talk. Big talk.
big talk. He has his dream in his mouth,
Ah.
but you're not seeing execution.
No.
Like we painted a scenario. We painted a scenario where you're dating a 10,000 naira man, and the other, and a 100,000 naira man comes into the picture, and you leave the person because the person does not have money.
Okay.
And I'm like, what if that 100,000, that 10,000 naira man has his dreams in his mouth? Let's say, like university days, you've had him, you've managed with him, you've had hopes. Okay, these dreams will looks feasible, looks like things that can come to a reality. And 5 years down the line, 3 years down the line, you're done with school and you're not seeing a reality. You still have to. You will come and visit him. Of course, you would hold your transport. You don't need to ask him for it. But a decent man who has been well nurtured would be able to say, "Oh, babe, hold this for your transport. Let me book a ride for you." And he's unable to do as the least.
During that 5 years, while he was looking for his, what was the lady doing?
Thank you.
In what sense? She should be
You
giving
went
him
to
his
school.
money.
The guy went to school.
Hold on.
You
She should
serve.
be-
The guy
She should
went
be
to
giving him
serve.
his money.
Why will you expect him to give you transportation back?
No. I said, you are with your money.
Um,
You are not saying,
Dr.
hold on,
Mrs. Susan,
hold
please.
on, please.
This is okay.
Hold on. You're with your money. But you are not asking him.
Okay.
For instance, the way my brothers are, you can't come visit them as a casual friend. Say, you don't need to ask. The way
Yes,
we've trained
that's
them,
true, yeah.
you would give them a stipend or just hold yourself. Don't worry, make a book the ride. That's the least, should I say,
Yes.
a courtesy thing to do.
Good.
That's what I'm saying.
So now you've
So you're not saying because you're earning 10,000 naira
you've been dating this guy and you know his boss. You know he
and
can't
his reality
afford-
is never coming.
he's
So-
never coming. Yes.
And that is
What about your own reality?
And that is
My
your
reality
own,
is coming.
and that is your own aspect that because his reality is not coming
Yeah.
and you don't think it will work.
Yes.
So if that's your own mindset, it's better to leave the man.
Simple.
Okay, your own mindset.
You understand? If
Dr.
that's your
Mrs.
own
Susan, please,
mindset,
That's
but
it.
if you have the hope, if you have the belief that he was going to make it, despite
It's
what you're saying
different.
today,
Yes,
go
that's
ahead
different.
with
You
it?
can
And if
stand.
you love this guy, for Christ's sake, you shouldn't be even bothered about money or whatever, because
Oh.
it will come.
Yeah, disagree.
Okay,
Yeah,
man. Let me
it will
ask you a
come.
question.
Yes, it will come. But doesn't mean you will not spend.
We had a conversation last week, and then during the conversation, we were talking at the top of our voice because of what we were talking about. Now, as a mother, you've been there, like you've been in the relationship angle, you've been also out of it, and today you're a mother.
Yeah.
Grooming people like us, young people like us, right? Now, would you say love and money goes together, or either you love somebody and leave the money aside, or you want to pursue somebody's money and leave love aside?
My dear, leave money.
Just follow love, right?
Yes, because with love, every other thing will come. That's my own ideology, and it has worked.
Our barrister,
My ideology is different.
she
It
said,
works together.
love and money must go
It
together.
works together.
No. See, we don't look at the money aspect now.
We're not
Money will
projecting it.
come.
I am saying love
It will come.
and money work
See,
together.
As long as you two are strong, your feet, you can work. You
Both
can do
parties, right?
anything. Yes.
We're
it
not
will
even talking
come.
about that. What we are saying is people are saying you love and forget about money. Everything
No,
works.
no, no,
And I'm
no,
saying no, the two works together.
What?
There is love, there is money. And I gave an instance. You bought a flower and you're watering it. Why are you watering it? Well, you want it to glow, isn't it? Why are you don't want it to wither, you don't want it to fade
See, what I'm
away.
trying to say is
You know-
money shouldn't be the focus.
How many years have you been married, ma?
22.
Wow.
Madam is married 22 years. She tell you say,
Yeah, I think.
follow love, leave money. You know they
said
agree.
make
You know
leave
they
money. She
agree.
never said leave money.
See, is sometimes
She said,
it's-
leave money. Money will
She
come.
never said, she said it shouldn't be the focus. And that was our argument the last
shouldn't
time.
be the
You
focus.
said money should be counted out completely. And I was your, listen, I was the opinion that both money and love work hand in hand in the sense that love is there.
Now,
but at
someone
some
that has
point,
been
if you're not
married for
bringing
20
results,
20
hold on,
plus
you're not
years.
bringing results for yes. Why am
How-
I there when
how-
I
how
have
many
other
years?
options?
Is it marriage? Then you were dating.
No, just we're talking about relationship as a
Relationship,
case.
Okay.
So you have a
marriage.
choice whether to stay or to leave. Doing
Are
there.
you saying it?
You're not. That's what you're not seeing the results. Why are you there?
So another thing is prompting the man. You know, sometimes when you prompt them like this, it makes them lose
Focus.
You understand? Prompting him. You have seen that he's struggling.
Okay.
And at that point, if you have if you have how we can assist him,
Of course.
would you not assist him?
Of course, why not? Provided you
So
know
that's
that
why-
this person is hardworking.
It's okay.
It's
at this
time.
point I was asking, within this period that this man is struggling, what were you doing? You
You're
understand?
assisting.
Assisting with what? Just cooking for him. And
What are you saying? Assisting comes in different ways.
What?
Cooking, is it
What?
not your
Cooking
money you're
with what?
using?
No, sometimes
Cooking, is it not your
maybe-
money you
You
use?
might have the money.
Sometimes
and
you
maybe he
wouldn't
has
want
a
to even
job.
give her the money.
Yes, he has
And
a
you come
job.
and cook for me and eat my food
It's
plus
not
my
even
money, and you say you're
a-
assisting me how?
sometimes-
What are you
some-
saying?
no food,
Women
money.
use their money to
Yeah.
assist men. Don't do that.
Okay,
In fact, a lot
sorry,
of
man.
women
Let
do
me-
that.
let
I
me
think we are
ask you a
digressing
question.
from the topic. But
Yeah.
if we're going to talk about this,
Yeah.
a lot of women out there use their money to survive men.
Let me ask
They
you a
don't
question
say
here.
it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Cooking for a man, hello man, you've been in marriage for 20 years plus, right? Now, cooking for a man, as okay, he's struggling, and you come to his house to cook for him, maybe once or twice in a month, and you've been doing that for like 1 year or 2 years down the line, right? So, would you say that is you assisting the man? Meanwhile, the man is pushing cooking, like
I'm
of
not
course
even
it's
talking
something.
about cooking. I'm not
She's
even talking
like
about-
in this instance, because a lot of ladies, they feel because you cook for me, because you brought food from my mother's house. No doubt, I would appreciate it if I'm in that shoes, right? But because you did all of this for me, you'd be like, you're assisting me. Would you say that is assistance?
Of course. That's what if that's what she can give.
The thing is, the man in the first place, where does he stay? Is he staying on his own? Is he staying with his parent? You understand? For you to be cooking and bringing for him to
or
eat.
cooking in okay.
I'm cooking for him. Now, what I'm talking about, the assistance I'm asking, he might have some projects he wants to do, and there is no physical cash.
You can assist.
You will have,
Yes.
and he will give to him, and he starts his business, whatever it is. From there, he will grow. You know, sometimes we go into people to bless them. Some people come into us to bless us.
Yes.
You understand? It's
I agree
vice
with
versa.
you.
So a woman going to a man and is expectant of he will do things for me. If he doesn't do, I'll leave him and all that. It doesn't work for me. I don't see it that way. Except you're going into a man that has already. You understand? That has already a hand. But that he doesn't have, you don't have, and you're not seeing any future, that is where I say, okay, if you can't stay,
You work out.
you don't want to stay, you work out. But that should not be, the money should not be the reason why you're leaving. But because you're leaving because you're not seeing those prospects in him.
Coming into a reality.
Yes, you understand? Because you're not seeing those prospects in him coming into it. Who wants to
That's
stay
it.
with a lazy man?
That's my
Who wants
point.
to say, you have to.
You can't
as
keep
a
saying
man,
you're going to
you
bring
have to be
rock
the
when
head
rock is not coming.
of you have to be able to, because the woman, as the woman, she takes care of the home. Her duties will be done, no doubt. But you as a man, your responsibility, at least you will have to take care of your responsibility as a man. And married in this instant, I'm not talking about relationships.
Oh, okay.
No. Not talking about
So,
relationships.
at what age would you, at what stage, let me use the word stage, would you advise a man, like people like us coming up, to get married?
To get married.
Yeah, to get married, yeah. A man is ripe for marriage.
Is it
Your
not,
son
is
will
it
be
not
ripe
a
for marriage.
mature mindset? I feel like it's a mindset.
Not
It's a
type man.
mindset.
There's no
Mindset.
age.
I
It's
say
a
at what
mindset.
stage?
It's a mindset.
And you've seen someone to marry, she wouldn't care
Of your
whether
age.
you have or not.
Yes. Oh, yes, I agree with you, ma.
You understand?
It's your
She wouldn't care
mindset.
if you have or not. If you've seen someone, that's another thing. It's not about age. You can see someone
Stage.
when
How about
you're
the
younger.
stage?
What do you mean by stage?
Finance,
Okay.
since you've
So,
acquired,
I've come across some men, they say they want to get up to a certain amount of money before they get married.
I feel like those people are not ready to get married.
They're not ready.
That's it. You don't need to have so
They're not
much to
ready.
get
You don't
married.
need to-
So that's why I said
Okay.
finding a woman first
Is one thing.
important.
Okay.
Yes. When you get someone, she will see.
Just
Your
let her be
struggle.
supportive.
Is it bad to say I want to be a billionaire first before I get married?
You're not going to get married then.
Okay.
You're not
billionaire
ready
first
because
before I get married,
you don't
then,
know.
yeah, yeah.
No, you don't know whether that money or that you becoming a billionaire is going to be 20, 30 years from now. And you don't know if it is today. Because you might win a lottery.
It's like someone these days, you want to build a house and you say, the estimate for that house is a 10
million.
million.
Okay.
All right. And you now say, you have to have that money
Before you start.
Meanwhile, you have $1 million
To raise the
to raise the
foundation.
foundation. Why not start?
Why not start?
As the money comes?
So it's a
put
mindset.
it, you know?
Any man that
So
tells a
find
young
that
girl,
one first, and then she will see how you're going through, and she's seen a prospect.
know whether she's
and she will
supportive.
decide to.
Yes. I keep telling them it's easy for a woman to support you if you're bringing your dreams to a reality.
Yes. Very
Not
easy,
just
very
saying
easy,
it.
Very easy.
It's easy for her to even empty her account
Very easy.
to
That's
support you.
Another thing is a reasonable woman.
Of course, a reasonable
A
woman.
reasonable one.
That's it.
You know,
So if you're saying you want to make trillions, you will never get married. That's why you see 50, 40 years, they're still telling, they're still single.
They are still looking for.
Why?
waiting
Because
for-
they never still get the
want it.
billions.
No, okay. So yeah, as a mother, still on this parental guidance, I watched the movie, and the name of the movie is a tribe of Judah, tribe, something like that.
A tribe called
Okay,
Judah.
yeah,
A tribe called Judah.
What I
Okay.
understood by that movie is the whole story was a lady finding love at every time you're finding love, you're finding love, you're finding love. Now, in today's generation, a lot of young guys, they don't want to show love to the opposite gender, to their girlfriends, to their boyfriend. And you see a scenario where a girl tries a guy, this guy does not love me. She moves to the other guy. Of course, the guy doesn't love her. She moves to the other guy. So what is that advice you give to a female child or to your daughter in the quest to finding real love? Because a lot of all these other girls, their issue is, I define person who will love me. All men are this. You see a girl of 20 years, and she's telling you,
Men has come.
men has come. How many men have you tried? Do you understand? So, what is that advice that you give to that female child, people like your daughter out there, in the quest to finding real and true love?
The first thing I'll ask is, you said 20, and you're finding love.
No, you said 18. A girl of 18 years
there's-
can.
No, she didn't put
looking
it.
for
She
love.
didn't. Did you
No,
put?
no,
Okay.
no, I say from.
It's
18.
guys that she gave a tag.
Yes, 18. Then from the ladies, he's talking about bringing the.
Okay. I understand.
You know, love is not something you find. Sometimes it finds you, and if you are able to see that is love, to keep.
To keep.
Yes, some people have seen love, but they let it slide because of one or two.
Maybe
some of-
personality issues.
Some of all this love
Yes,
comes
maybe
with a lot
personality
of fights,
issues.
a lot of issues around. You see people together, they break up, they come back. You see people together, they break up, they allow you to go. So my own is, I just want to know, what is that advice to those ladies out there looking for love?
Can I say something?
And then sometimes you be like, if you stay on your own, if you sit down, success or maybe what you're looking
We're
for
not
will come
fine.
to you.
So
Yes.
you go and look for love.
I feel like this love thing, it starts from home. I feel a girl that has enough love from her parents, it can be countered though.
It depends.
thought.
Like you said,
You won't go out there finding love. Like she said, love will find you.
yes. It depends on who you're meeting, where you're meeting the person, the scenario by which you people met. And you said there are some people, they fight, they break up,
They come back
they come back. It's not meant to be.
Fighting, breaking up.
and
It's not
come
meant to
back.
be. Fight.
Do you mean physical fight or just
I
quarrel?
don't know anyone.
Correct. Anyone is not meant to be. What are you fighting for? Maybe they are fighting for
Understanding and lack of understanding. That's why they're fighting.
there should be understanding. So sometimes it's also okay you become friends before you date.
Yeah, very
You
true.
become friends with someone.
I'm a stalker
Get to
for
know
it.
the person.
Be friends first.
You understand? Get to know the person. Don't just rush. If you like someone,
Yeah.
take your time. Get to know the person.
That's
When
mad.
you're
That's-
friends with the person, that's when you know who that person is. But the moment you go and say what's in your mind, forget it. Just
That's-
become friends with that person.
To those
That's why I
girls
feel
out
like the
there
old school
fighting love,
days,
finding love.
the old days of having relationship is still sweeter for me.
Yeah.
They build friendship.
Yes.
So, Dr. Miss Susan, now, this day's generation, every girl is looking for love. Majority of girls, I know, I was.
When you say they're
talking to-
looking for
yeah.
love, that's what I'm trying to understand.
What kind of love are they looking for?
How
Normal
are they-
relationship love
how are they looking
leading
for
to
the love?
normal relationship love leading to
Marriage.
They're
Are they
love as
looking
far-
for men
they
to
get fine
settle
way.
with, settle down,
love?
or love? They are two different things.
Are they looking for men to settle with? Are they looking for a man that has money?
Are they looking for the man?
love?
Yes.
Love itself. Do they
Yes.
have the love itself?
Because there are
within?
people who love themselves are not compatible.
Yes.
So get
And
married.
because you have to give to get. That's another thing. You have to sacrifice
To get
to give. Because you can't tell me you're looking for love when you have 1, 2, 3,
3, 4 men in your life.
and then you're looking for love from one person. How is that possible?
You can't
You
get
think
it.
someone is not seeing, but it's something that's innate.
Come on.
You understand?
So, how many boyfriends is a lady allowed to have growing up?
Pokemon, what is it?
Yes, now some people they have 7 and they feel it's okay. I
So
cannot-
you in your conscience, how many is a woman is
Eh?
supposed
Is
to have
that
at a
the
time?
No, see, in today's world, especially people in the university stage, especially public universities, because that's what I can talk of. I've never been to a private university before.
Yeah.
A girl will tell you she cannot keep one boyfriend.
Oh, good.
That's
Then you're
because her
looking for
focus
love.
is finance, not love.
And you're looking for love. How will you see
They are
love?
still looking. They will still tell you they're looking for love.
That's not love.
It can't
They
work.
have an agenda. If you're looking for love or if you're finding love, there's no way
See, it can't work.
you
have
would
to
have
sacrifice.
multiple men.
You have to sacrifice that whatever you're looking for. That if they say they were looking for love, yet they have someone else.
How do you find it
behind.
then?
How do you find? You cannot concentrate.
To even find it, you can't.
If you can't give, if you don't give, you
You can't
can't
receive.
receive. If you don't give, you can't receive. So you have to sacrifice and be with that one person that you say you love. You love him now. You love him. Stay with him. Except you're not looking for the love. Then you can't find it.
Or are you
That's why I
trying to
say-
know how do you know you love this person? Because finding love, it's you cannot just go out there and find love. Love happens.
And there is one thing my mom told me. She has always said, in relationships, you shouldn't allow the men, your love to be
To be
more
higher
than-
than the man.
Is it true?
That has always
Very
been the story.
Is it true?
True.
Me. My father told me that
woman's love.
you shouldn't allow a woman is supposed to love the.
They say
yeah.
Now,
Well, okay, sorry,
the
ma,
head
can
of
I
the
bring
relationship?
the
It's not
Bible?
man.
Can I bring the Bible in it?
Okay, yeah.
What did the Bible say? Man, love.
the
It's a
wife.
strict instruction. Love,
You
your
have
wife.
to love. If a man does not love a
So
wife,
it's already a
woman,
mantle on
there's
you
problem.
to carry out.
There will be problem. Because every minute you'll be looking for that love.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
She'll be looking for that love. There'll be problem. If
Hmm.
he doesn't love you, there'll be problem. So if he loves you, forget it.
Yeah, even you get peace.
You have peace. So forget it. So there is nothing like woman say she's looking for love. looking for love.
She's looking for something else. She's not looking for love.
The man should be the one looking for the love.
Yes, it's simple. You can't
That's
cheat
why I say
nature. Now
the
man
should
go
be the
love
one
woman.
looking for the love.
Okay,
I don't want to know how anyone else sees it.
Sees it, but
the
that's
man should be the one looking for the love. Someone that will give him.
That's why it's
peace.
he that
If-
finds.
Yes. You know, if he finds peace, he will treat her right,
Yes.
and everybody will find.
So that love finding a man supposed to find,
Yes.
no be
Oh,
woman.
not a woman.
So it's women that's
So
supposed to find
you say,
love.
you
Okay.
see, when we're
The
in
woman
school,
is
some
supposed
people
to be
say,
submissive.
I don't know, I don't have a boyfriend. I don't know. I think
Now
I'll go to a
civilization
church.
cause
I think
some-
I'll go to church. Maybe I'll see a boyfriend there. I think I say,
Men are flying in church.
so you go to church and say, hey, I'm looking for love.
Yeah.
Any man you say, I'm looking for
That's
love.
where we get it wrong. That's where we get it wrong
So,
because
wrap it up, please.
okay, because at the end of the day, if you keep going out as a woman to find love, just like the doc here has said, you will find it. Allow, even Bible has given you a strict instruction. Allow the man love you.
Yeah.
So he's the man that should find the love. When he finds it, it's easier for a woman to be submissive, which is her own duty. That is a mandate for her to carry out. So we've heard it from parental guidance, we've gone into relationships. This topic is way beyond what's, in fact, if you give me now, we will talk until tomorrow.
I'm telling you.
So we've heard it, we've talked
Very
about
fast.
relationship, at what age a person should pack out of his house to find the greener pasture. We've talked about scolding of a lot I can't say. So at this point we're going to be wrapping up by saying thank you, Dr. Susan, for a time well spent with us.
Thank
We have learned. I have learned. And these 20 years, I have tapped.
I swear.
That we'll get there.
Yeah.
I've my eyes have opened, knowing that you must not always spank a child to get a good result. Although you cannot rub it off completely.
But
Yes.
she has
That's true.
never.
That's true.
laid
She
hands
has never. It worked. But some persons has to. But I also feel like I can take from here. They say a child is trained by a community,
Yes.
not by one person.
That's true.
So I'll say thank you very much, Ma, for your time today.
Wow.
You've really given us an insight on parental guidance.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you
One
for
love.
having
Thank
me.
you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank
See you all
you.
next time.